Hi, I'm Justin,
And I'm Amanda.
and welcome to Lotus Unplugged.
So, as a wedding photographer, what do you wish couples knew?
I wish couples knew a couple of things. The two biggest things are we're only as good as the time you give us and the locations you put us in, number one. And number two, it's a camera, not a wand. The time and location, right? If you give us one location and 10 minutes to take your couple's photos, it's going to look like that. If you give us 7 locations and 3 hours to take your photos are going to look completely different. So, yeah, I would love to get a photo of a bride and groom standing on a mountaintop with the veil flowing and a sunset behind them. But if your venue doesn't look like that, you're not going to get those photos.
No.
It's a camera, not a wand, meaning, look, when I got married, I was 300 pounds. I knew in my photos, I wasn't going to look like Brad Pitt, right? It was going to be the best possible version of me. And that's really it. At the end of the day, we're going to photograph you with super professional equipment and lighting and editing techniques, but it's going to be the best possible version of you. You're not going to look like a completely different person.
Yeah, I agree. Like you said, it's a camera. It's not a wand. I always say to you, those are going to be the best photos they are going to ever see of themselves. Because where else are you going to have a dress that's perfectly fitted to yourself, hair and makeup professionally done, jewelry that was specifically picked out to match everything.
Yep.
So they are going to be the best version of you that you're going to have. And you just can't expect to all of a sudden be magically different.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden it's my wedding day. I'm magically going to look different. But no, you're going to look like the best version of yourself.
Agreed. And look, you can see the difference in the gallery of images. You have bride A and bride B. Bride A gave us getting ready location, first look location at a park with plenty of time to take all the photos. We went to the venue. We did more couples photos and family photos and bridal party photos. We did the ceremony. We did cocktail hour, reception details. Room shot, reception itself. Then we went out for nighttime photos. That's a lot of diversity in your gallery. That's going to be a lot of different looks.
So many different looks because not only do you have multiple locations, but there's different looks you can do at each location, which really breaks down your gallery, gives you more of a spread of images.
Yeah. No, 100%.
So timing is key.
100%. But then you got bride B who got ready at the venue, no first look, gave us 10 minutes at this beautiful location, but it's still 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean,
and you can't be super diverse in one location all in one day. Like you can't expect a lot of diversity in your images when you are all in one location.
Yeah.
Like you try your best.
I mean, look, we try to hit up as many locations as possible on the wedding day so we can really like show off the venue and give you a lot of diversity in your images. But if you give us 10 minutes at one location versus the bride who gave us an hour at that same location, the photos are going to be night and day because one, I'm going to be able to fluff the dress and make sure the pose is right, make sure the lighting is just right, and make sure your smile is just right, make sure everything's perfect. And the other one, it's really, did I get enough photos at this spot to say that I took couples photos?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, the photos are going to be pretty no matter what, but one's going to be super, super polished and looking gorgeous. And the other one's going to be, that's pretty good.
Agreed. So what are some different lighting techniques that you use that can transition from indoor photos to outdoor photos?
All right. So outdoor photo, you have to break it down indoor and outdoor because the lighting from outside is vastly, vastly different than inside of, say, your church or reception space. Outdoors, you can do a couple of things. You can go natural light, which works really well depending on the situation you're in, whether it's direct sun, clouds, if it's partly cloudy, if it's overcast, things of that nature. So outdoor photos, I like to use either natural light or some light flash. Light flash being, I'm not just blasting the couple with a ton of light because then it looks really it looks off.
Like I almost think of like almost artificial.
It looks extremely artificial, and it is artificial. I mean,
Of
we're adding
course.
artificial light, but there's a way to do it to make it look much more natural
Mhm.
than just blasting the couple with light and calling it a day. Indoors is very, very different. I mean, if we're at a reception space, say like flower fields,
Okay.
and we are in the grand ballroom,
Hmm.
ballroom's beautiful. Number one, I'm exposing for the background, and exposing for the background means I am making the photo just dark enough so the background is, you can show the background, you can show the uplighting. If they have blue or purple or red uplighting, you're paying for that. I want to show what that looks like. I don't want it just everything to be white.
Hmm.
Then I'm going to add either 2 to 3 flashes for the actual first dance, parent dances, speeches, things of that nature. And the goal of that is to add either one main light that fills the subject or and 2 backlights so I can get rim lights on the couple, and then allows me to rotate around so that I can switch between those flashes and go, okay, now this one, flash A is my main light, now flash B is my main light, now flash C is my main light. So I can get different backgrounds based off of if they're actually moving for their first dance. Another technique I like to do is use actual LED. That helps a lot for the videographer as well. Now the videographer is going to use LED regardless, but usually they just need a touch of LED, where I'm going to need a much more powerful LED to expose for the couple properly.
Hmm.
So there's a lot of different techniques I can do depending on the situation that I'm in. But that's why we'll photograph a couple's wedding with $50,000 worth of photography equipment, because I never know what I'm going to need or what the right answer to the problem is until I'm in there and I go, okay, what's right for right now for what I have to photograph at this moment. And that's going to change wedding by wedding, scenario, reception space by reception space.
So that leads me to my next question.
Okay.
Gear versus experience. Is it, if someone doesn't have a lot of experience but has a lot of gear,
Mhm.
is that good? Or is it, do I need the gear and the experience, vice versa?
It's it's a mix and match, right? You can have a novice photographer with all of the gear that I have, and they'll never be able to produce the same quality of work. If you don't know what you're doing with the equipment, then the equipment is a moot point. Now, if you have an amazing photographer and he has just a camera, a lens, and a flash, he can produce incredible images. So, yeah, I'm thinking, but like the best of both worlds is the professional with all of the gear.
Yeah, I would think so too, because not only do you have the experience
Mhm.
to know what you need in each scenario, but you also have the gear to produce the perfect image
Yep.
in every scenario and know exactly like, okay, this is my problem, but I can solve it with this.
Oh yeah, girl. I have 3 when I photograph a wedding, I have 3 gigantic bags in the trunk of my car. And I will use 10% of that on any given wedding day. And it's just based off of the situation that I'm in and what I'm photographing. At any point, I can go, I need that piece of gear for this, and then just have my assistant run out and grab it.
Mhm.
But yeah, having that gear and having the tools to solve the problem is very important. But yeah, if I'm going novice photographer with all of the gear or experienced photographer with some gear, I'm going experienced photographer with some gear 10 out of 10 times.
Yeah. Sometimes people like I've seen you go to an engagement
Mhm.
shoot with one lens
Mhm.
and a flash
Oh
and
yeah.
come back with the most beautiful images I've ever seen.
Yeah. Well, it's also like when I go to an engagement shoot, I know the location already. So I
Mhm.
know, okay, I'm going to shoot everything with the 85 or the 50 or the 70 to 200. Or sometimes I'll go 35, 85, 35, 135. I like to switch it up and kind of vary based off of like, honestly, how I'm feeling that day and what the location kind of calls for.
Yeah.
Like I know if I go to the beach, I know I'm bringing my big boy flash because I'm
Yeah.
going by sunset. I know I want to saturate that sky. I want to get those beautiful colors. But if I'm going to go to planting fields, I don't need that gigantic flash because I'm not going to need that power to overpower the sun because that's not the look I'm going for.
Yeah.
I'm going for light flashes with just kind of just filling the eye sockets, giving a little bit of pop to the image. Or sometimes I'll just go natural depending on the situation that I'm in. So
Hmm.
no, like I love having the gear and having the tools to kind of solve the problem. But yeah, any given day, I use 10% of my gear.
So even if the couple is extremely awkward, how would you go about getting natural looking photos for them?
That is a very, very easy question. I'm wildly inappropriate. That's really it. Like, if you're looking for a boring wedding photographer, dude, I'm not the one.
No,
No,
not the one.
no.
Like just in general, in real life, Justin is a wild card.
Oh,
My
yeah.
family knows.
Oh,
He's the
100%.
wild card coming to dinner.
Don't put me in the group chat if you
No.
don't want my real responses. So, look, well, being photographed can be an awkward situation. So, what I do is I get the couple, I put them in good light, I complement that with the right background. I will then get all my settings right. I'll get them in a nice pose. I'll take a pretty photo. But then I say something stupid. I say something inappropriate. I get them to laugh. I get them to giggle. I make him say something stupid to her or her say something stupid to him. And at the end of the day, it's really just trying to break the silence and break the discomfort with a joke so that you can get that natural reaction while having the beautiful light, beautiful background, beautiful settings.
I agree. I think my favorite one was when you're like, hey, I want you guys to get really close and whisper. And now like they're so serious and like in it. And you're like, say poopy. And just like that, just like how we laughed, they were dying laughing and it looked so good, but they were like so caught off guard.
Yeah.
And like it's something just as stupid as that. Like say, but it's the tone. You bring it in, you're like, you're so serious. And you're like, yes, get nice and close, chins together. Now say poopy.
Another one I really like to do is I'll bring like the groom, I'll bring the bride to the side, and I'll be like, listen, I'm gonna get you guys together. I'm gonna say 1, 2, 3, and when I say 3, just grab his ass, and out of nowhere, and I'll get the couple together. And I'll go, all right, guys, look at me. 1, 2, 3. And then she grabs a fistful.
Yeah.
And he's like, what is happening? And he looks over and now they're giggling and laughing. And he wasn't expecting it. She knew it was coming, but his reaction made her smile and they're both laughing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a real candid moment.
Yeah.
You know, another thing I like to do is I like to do walking shots. Guys, hold hands. Walk away from me. Look at each other. Laugh, giggle, smile. Walk over there, give her a spin, bring her in for a kiss. Now walk towards me. Hip bump. Walk and just kind of bump each other with your butts. Little things like that add motion to the photo, add a little bit of just kind of flavor to it. And now you're getting kind of natural looking photos in a very not natural position. All right. So, in your opinion, what do you think makes a wedding look luxurious?
I think it all comes down to the details.
Okay.
All the details, like little things, like from the ring box. It's not just the original ring box. It's something ornate, different, specific, something meaningful.
Okay.
To your reception space. Like we were at a reception not too long ago and they had beautiful rectangle tables but lined with beautiful flowers. Coming down to the table where there's candles, chargers, the plates, even just something simple as the on the napkin, like the napkin holder.
Yes.
It had their monogram on it. Just all those little details just make everything feel so much more luxe, much more expensive, even if it honestly at the end of the day it's plastic.
Sure.
But it just makes it feel that much more luxurious and just makes it feel high end.
Yes.
Without having to have that high end cost. But it just brings it all together for me.
I agree. I think I don't think you have to spend $100,000 on flowers for your wedding to look luxe, right? But I can't tell you how many weddings I've photographed over the years where They did spend a lot of money on flowers, and they had the crazy high centerpieces, and they had 3 or 4 different types of
Yeah.
centerpieces, and yeah, man, those weddings looked unbelievably luxurious. And I hate to say it because I'm always trying to help brides find the right, a way to save and, areas to spend and areas to cut. But like if you really want that super luxurious look, you gotta spend some money. Like the flower walls, the multiple centerpieces, the high, the low centerpieces. I mean, the on the tables, the chargers, the all of those little details on the table. I mean, if you just go on Pinterest and put in luxury wedding photos, you'll look and there is some type of consistency where
Mhm.
there's grandeur. And you only get the grandeur when you put the money in.
And I think there's a great way to like repurpose a lot of that. Like
Yeah.
I've seen couples have beautiful arches
Hmm.
for their ceremony space, but then the florist is there after the ceremony to take those
Yeah,
florals in and put them around the dais. So now
absolutely.
you are bathed in florals all around you and it looks
Yeah.
so beautiful having all the bouquets in front of you.
Mhm.
And like you said, having different sizing of your centerpieces
Yeah.
does give it more of a high end feel to have some highs, some lows, candles landing the tables. But I think like the biggest thing to go from, I don't want to say your standard wedding to
Mhm.
like a luxe wedding is changing up the tables.
Oh man. Okay. As much as I love the round and oval tables, square tables, rectangle tables
Yeah.
are where it's at.
Yeah. It just gives it that long, like, I don't know, I guess feels luxe because it's something, maybe it's because it's different and we're just like, ooh,
Sure.
that's different, but it just feels much more grand to have a nice long table,
Hmm.
candles down
Hmm.
with your florals on there as well.
Yeah.
Just gives it more.
You can, but like you can have the oval tables as well as the rectangle tables. I think you need both
Hmm.
because if everything's rectangle, it feels off. But you have
Yeah.
a handful of oval tables with like 1 or 2 really, really long rectangle
Yeah.
tables. And then you could have like the centerpieces that like they're,
They kind of like mesh into each
yeah.
other, becoming like one big
Hmm.
piece.
Yeah.
And it makes it feel much more grand.
Oh, absolutely. It's absolutely amazing. There's so many ways that you can spend and save and really just kind of make it your own to make it luxurious. You don't have to spend $20,000 on florals, but if you can get that look for cheaper,
Hmm.
yeah. I mean, I think honestly the best way to do it is Pinterest
Yeah.
and Etsy.
I think by getting a nice board together, like
Hmm.
that's what I did for our wedding. I put a nice board together of everything that I liked. And when I went to the florist, I was just like, this is my thoughts.
Yep.
This is where my brain is.
Yep.
What do you think? and,
100%.
and I let them go,
Well, yeah. I mean,
you
look, at
know?
the end of the day, you have to trust your vendors. So
Yeah.
if you bring them your vision, you got to let them bring your vision to life,
Yeah.
how
That's why I
they
was
see
like,
fit.
I'm like, here you go. This is what I like. Go ahead, do it. All right. So, what is something that instantly stresses you out as a photographer?
Oh, there's two: tight timelines and big bridal parties.
Okay.
Immediately. Big bridal party always stresses me out for the beginning of the day because I never know if they're going to be ready when I show up.
Yeah.
That's a big factor. If you want to do this robe shot, right? You got 10 bridesmaids and you have to do the robe shot, which is fine. Um, and I'm starting at 10 o'clock. I'm terrified that I'm going to show up. I'm going to photograph the details. 3 bridesmaids aren't going to have their hair done. 3 bridesmaids aren't going to have their makeup done. And now I'm going to be sitting there just staring at the bride, waiting for like something to happen because we can't get her dressed without doing that robe shot. So now I'm
Mhm.
sitting there going, well, we're holding everything up for this one photo and it's going to take away from something later on.
Yeah.
That's honestly one of my biggest like fears is that I'm not going to get all of the photos I need in the beginning portion of the day.
Hmm.
Tight timelines is another one that freaks me out a little bit. It will stresses me out because I understand that my couples care about their photos, but I care so much more about their photos than they do.
Yeah.
Like I stress about, where how the dress falls and hand positioning and proper lighting and making sure I'm getting all of the photos I can at their venue. And when there's just not enough time, it's so frustrating because I want to do a really good job, and I
Mhm.
just wish you gave me the time to do a really good job.
Yeah. But that also turns into like when something starts going wrong on on the wedding day,
Hmm.
how do you turn it around?
Well, I think communication is key, right? I think I have, when something goes wrong, and time is the deciding factor. I have to go to the bride and groom and go, listen, this was late, then that's late. Now we have this amount of time. I understand you want to go to your cocktail hour. We still have to take family photos and couples photos. These are some ways that we can do this. Now, it's a give and take, right?
Mhm.
Okay, we can do all of your family photos now. It's going to bleed into cocktail hour a little bit. And then we do your couples photos, which is probably going to take over some of your cocktail hour. Is that okay with you? You still get all the photos, but you may miss a portion of your cocktail hour, or option B is we do all of your family photos, and then later on we take you out of the reception at some point to take couples photos, which is my least favorite thing to do. Once your reception starts, I want to be a ninja. I want to be in the background just getting candid. It's like I don't even want you to know that I'm there. But when things go wrong, you have to communicate and you have to say, listen, I'm here for you. I want to take all of these beautiful photos. I want you to get everything you want. Some things have gone wrong with timing, with whether it's this person's late or that person's late. Here's what we can do to fix this. What would you like to do? What's important to you? Because every couple is going to be a little different.
Yeah, I think that's the most important thing there is like what is most important for the couple in
Mhm.
that moment and letting them choose.
Yeah.
And then that's where you're the professional, be able to pivot and be like, okay, great, let's get it done.
Yeah, look, communication is everything because what's important to couple A is not going to be important to couple B.
Hmm.
Couple A may go, cocktail hour is unbelievably important, and I want to go to every second of it, and that's more important than couples photos. And I'm like, all right, I think you're wrong, but okay, cool. you know, but couple B may go, you know what? Honestly, I wanted to go to cocktail hour. I understand the limo was 45 minutes late, and now we're trying to play catch up. Like, don't worry about us getting to cocktail hour. Let's just take our pretty photos. So when we get to the reception, it's all done.
Yeah. I
So
think that for me, like that would be like the way I would go. I'd rather miss cocktail hour to be able to be in my full reception,
mhm,
to be actually at the party that you took so long to plan.
facts.
To miss only like a little bit of the cocktail hour where everyone's just eating anyway. And granted, y'all need to eat too. I'm
Yeah,
here for that.
yeah,
Y'all need to eat too. But
yeah,
but to miss a little bit to gain all of that back,
yeah,
to me is worth it.
yeah. I agree. I agree. I think that realistically, how are you going to look back and go, man, I'm so glad I went to my cocktail hour versus getting beautiful photos of
Yeah.
me and my wife on my wedding day? Or you're going to go, it kind of sucked I missed cocktail hour, but look at these photos,
Yeah.
you know? In an ideal world, the time we help our couples put together a timeline that gets them everything.
Hmm.
But when something goes awry and things start running late and people start running late, you're going to have to give and take
Yeah. You got to be able to pivot.
100%.
Pivot.
So I have a question for you.
Okay.
Unplugged weddings.
Love it.
Do tell.
I love an unplugged wedding just because it keeps all the guests off of their phones, present in the moment. But more importantly, as a photographer, it keeps them out of the damn aisle.
Oh, 100%.
I don't know how many times that the aunt on her cell phone thinks that she's going to get a better photo than the photographer. And she's in every single photo covering the bride and her person coming down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
It,
do you remember the iPad era?
oh my, you are old.
I know.
Oh,
I said
yeah.
iPod.
I know. No, look, I can't tell you how many weddings I have photographed, even just recently in the past couple of weeks, where, and the aunt has a look.
And she's like, oh, I'm gonna sit here right on the
Oh, yeah,
corner,
'cause I'm
right on
gonna
the
get a
edge.
good
I'm
photo.
gonna get it.
Oh my God.
She's
It,
gonna love it. She's gonna print it.
it's so frustrating. Like, she has a look, she has a haircut, she has an outfit. Like every time I see that haircut, I go, you're gonna be a problem. And in my head, I'm just burning her with my eyes, going, "Don't you do it. No, no," like a dog peeing on the floor, right? But yeah, what they'll do is they'll like sneak their head out and they'll slowly inch their way into the aisle. And now their hands out there, now their body's out there. And now you're 14 pews back.
Yep.
And I'm 20 pews back and I'm all the way zoomed in. Everything looks absolutely amazing. And now I have to stop what I'm doing, walk all the way up to her and go, "Hey, can you scoot in?" And then she gives me the look like I did something wrong to her.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I got paid to take these photos, and I guarantee you my $10,000 setup that I'm currently working with is going to be better than your $2,000 iPod. Oh, iPod. See, I said it. iPhone. It's just, look, I understand the desire to take photos. This is like your niece who you love and all of that, but keep it inside the aisle.
I think it should just be awful in general.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. I think, and look, even if the couple has a sign that says this is an unplugged ceremony.
I think the best one is I've seen it recently with the officiant was right at the top of the aisle, but I feel like, not that he said it too late because the walk-ins had already happened. It should happen before walk-ins start.
Yeah.
Just, hi guys, we're here for Samantha and John. They've asked to put your phones away, so please turn them off. Just 100% just turn them off and put them down.
Some officiants have a really good line. They're like, "We want you to be present in your hearts and in your mind and not with your cell phone." And I think that's so nice because I feel that so many people are behind their cell phone for so many major moments of the day.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't tell you how many first dances I have photographed that, in my opinion, could have been much, much better if mom had just got off her cell phone and watched her daughter dance with her husband on their wedding day.
Yeah.
And here she is, she's recording it and crying, and it's an amazing moment, but she's holding a cell phone. Like, put the cell phone away. You've hired professionals. You've hired people that know what they're doing, are going to capture this beautifully. Be present. Be in the moment.
All right. So in your opinion, is it better to hire photo and video together, or is it better to have them separate? What are your thoughts?
Oh, 100%. If you're doing photography and videography for your wedding day, then you should absolutely get it from the same company.
Okay.
Hands down. So imagine, Mike, a lot of guys will get this. Imagine playing basketball and it's game 7 and you're in the playoffs and this is a do or die situation. Are you going to want 5 guys who have never played together before and have no idea what the other one is capable of or needs or does? Or do you want 5 guys that have played together for the past 10 years that can predict each other's moves? That's the difference, right? Look, we play well with everyone. So if you want to hire us for photo and someone else for video, that's fine. If you want to hire us for video and someone else for photo, that's fine. But look, if I do this over here, it's like a Father, Son, Holy Spirit situation. I just said to him, "Hey, for entrances, we're going to photograph it from this direction. Then we're going to rotate. We're going to shoot it from this way now into the family. We're going to light it this way. And we both get what we need without being in each other's way."
I think that's the biggest thing is everybody is getting what they need without fumbling over each other and just like, "Are you good? Are you good?" Because you guys have worked together so much. You can be like, "You good?"
Yeah.
Yep.
I know what you need. And look, he knows what I need. I know what he needs. So now he knows he's not going to jump in at the wrong time. And I know I'm not going to jump in at the wrong time. It was maybe a couple of years ago. I was photographing a wedding. I want to say it was in Signia. And I have never worked with the guy before. We get to the ceremony and everything is going really well. And I'm like, I like this guy. He's cool. This is going to work, right? There were red flags, but I was so busy with capturing moments that I was like, looking back, I should have seen something was going to go wrong. Where I like to photograph the ceremony from as far back as possible and zoom in so I don't block anybody. Also, if I'm too close, like, are the 3 of us getting married or are you 2 getting married?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be that guy.
You don't need to be that close.
Yeah. So I'm all the way in the back. My second photographer is in the front side. He's getting candid reactions and he's by himself, which is cool, no big deal. But right when they're about to do the first kiss, the whole time during the ceremony, we were dead center of the aisle in the back. He had a secondary camera off to the side, but I was like, that's fine. He's just getting a second angle. No big deal. Now they do the exchanging of rings. I know what's happening next. First kiss. So after like right before the first kiss, he runs to his secondary camera and I'm going, that's not a good idea because when they kiss and they walk out, they're going to bump into your camera and I'm not carrying that. So all of a sudden, I now pronounce you husband and wife. He grabs his second camera, jumps in front of them. Now he's all the way in the front now.
Mm-hmm.
Now he blocks their first kiss from me, and then he proceeds to walk them back down the aisle.
Mm-hmm.
So that whole first kiss and walking back is now the back of this guy's head.
Yeah.
And if he had just said, hey, Just, for the first kiss, I like to do XYZ, I would have mentally prepared and said, okay, well, maybe I'll throw on a wide angle. Maybe I'll be next to him. I'll just put my camera up top and then I'll walk back with him. We could have
Mm-hmm.
had that
Yeah.
conversation, but it just didn't happen. He had set up, so that conversation didn't need to happen. So, yeah, I think by having the main photographer, your photographer and videographer coming from the same company, the guys have worked together for years and years and years, is super important. So you can just have a seamless experience. Oh, remember that?
Yeah, it's going.
Do you remember the guy? Do you remember? Speaking of like hiring people from different companies, did I ever tell you the story about I was shooting that wedding at Stonebridge? I was shooting a wedding at Stonebridge. Me and I think it was Will. And I think Pat was my assistant. And we go, and there was a time I brought my Corvette.
Mm-hmm.
So I go and I photograph all of the getting ready and all the details and all of that. And then I leave and I'm like walking out to go to the church. And some random dude just walks past me with a camera and a book bag. And I was like, nah, he's not dressed like a professional, like he's probably like the bride's cousin or something,
Mm-hmm.
just wants to get some photos. And I don't think anything of it. I get to the church. I set up my lighting. I set up my main light, my backlight. I got all my test stuff. I'm ready to go. And some dude in jeans, Jordans, and like a Gucci belt
Oh,
rolls in. I think he had a black and white striped sweater.
yes. Of course, most obnoxious
Yeah.
colors.
Oh, 100%. So now I'm looking at him and like part of me goes, I'm not going to help this guy at all. Like, dude, you got paid to be here. You're a professional. Do your thing. But the bride was really sweet
Yeah.
and she was really nice. And I'm like, she doesn't know any better. Like, let me just go talk to this guy real quick. And so I go and I'm like, hey, what's going on? My name's Justin. I'm the photographer. Nice to meet you. And, we have a nice conversation. And then I'm like, I'm looking at his gear and just things are off. Like all he has is one camera, no light, no audio. And I'm like, hey, like, are you gonna like mic the groom? And he's like, oh no, the bride and groom don't want audio. And I'm like,
Who doesn't want audio of their ceremony?
I'm pretty sure the bride and groom are gonna want audio of their vows. Maybe like for the reception, you don't need to
Mhm.
maybe your editing style, you're just gonna throw in some music.
Yeah.
But there's certain sections of the day you need audio. Ceremony, maid of honor speech, best man speech.
Ceremony.
Yeah, ceremony.
For vows, or if you're going to do some type of interview.
Yeah, I mean the interview portion had come and gone because we're already
True.
past that, right? But you need audio for your vows, your maid of honor speech, best man speech, minimum.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want later on in the editing process, you want to throw your own music on because that's kind of like your style and
Mhm.
that's what you're known for, sure, whatever. But I guarantee you the bride and groom are going to want audio of certain sections of the day. And he's like, no, they don't want audio. And I was like,
Hmm.
listen, I normally don't do this, but I've got some audio equipment in my car. Like, are you sure? He's like, no, I'm okay. And then at that point, I just threw my hands up and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
not my circus, not my monkeys.
Yep.
My photos are going to be incredible. Just please don't get in the way.
Yep.
And he did.
Of course he did.
Oh, he
He
did.
doesn't know what he was doing.
He did. I think, yeah, he recorded the entrances from the break point of the church.
Yes, I remember. So you would just like jump out and walk with them.
And then jump back in and then
Mhm.
walk with them. And then finally and at that point, I'm all the way next to the groom. He's all the way over there. I can't yell at him because everyone's like
They're coming.
coming. I have to take my
Things are happening.
photos. But sure enough, yeah, the bride, they opened the doors. The bride walked closer, closer, closer. He jumped out and walked her the entire way through the, right up to the groom.
Yeah.
There's no Photoshop that's going to fix that.
No, not at all.
That hurt my heart.
Me too.
I've thought about him for 7 years.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I'd choke him if he was here. I'm sorry. I still get a little butthurt over this. Like,
Yeah, because you want the best possible outcome for all of your couples.
I
and
do.
for someone who is so unprofessional
yeah.
to come in and just almost run amok.
Well, they ruined
Like-
certain sections. And at that point, once that happened, oh man, I remember even during the ceremony, he was going up on the altar, and every church has an old church lady. That's why we get there 30 minutes early.
Yeah, we got to talk to them.
Yeah, we want to have those conversations. They want to tell us, don't go on here, don't go over here, don't use flash, all these things that I just know and professionals know. During the ceremony, the old church lady came up to me. And if you're watching this and you're the old church lady, I'm sorry, but you know who you are. But anyway, the old church lady came and spoke to me. She's like, during the actual ceremony, she's like, he's not supposed to be on the altar. Get him down. And I looked at her and I pointed at myself in a full suit. I pointed at my second photographer in a full suit. And I pointed at my assistant in a full suit. And I said, does he look like he's with me? I'm like, if you want to yell at him, go on the altar and yell at him.
Yeah.
She wasn't happy about
Not part of the crew.
No, definitely not part of the Lotus crew.
No.
But yeah, I think about that guy every like couple of months. Every time someone books us and it's just photo,
It's always like that pit of fear, like, God, either don't do video or do it right. Get someone who knows what they're doing.
Agreed.
Don't just find someone on Craigslist or a friend of a friend who's trying to be in the
field.
The field. You never want to be someone's test wedding.
Well, that's the problem. That's the problem when couples hire like, look, I understand that couples don't know the ins and outs of like the behind the scenes of what we do. Like when a studio offers a photographer for less than the full day rate, that is a huge red flag, right? If you are watching this and you're a photographer, if you're watching this and you're a bride, right? And you're a kick-ass photographer, and I call you and I'm like, hey, can you shoot a wedding for me 1.5 years in advance for half the day, for half the pay? You're going to say, absolutely not. I want the full day rate. I want what I'm worth. So whenever a studio offers a photographer for half the day, you are now somebody's test wedding. They are practicing on you. Do you want to be somebody's test wedding, or do you want to hire 2 professionals who do this day in and day out, and you're going to get super high quality work?
Go ahead.
Look, everybody wants that storybook wedding where everything is perfect and nothing goes wrong. What's more important, perfection or being present in the day?
Being present in the day, hands down.
Yes, I could not agree more.
Like, things are going to go wrong. It might not be big things, but it could be a bunch of little things.
Sure.
You need to be able to take it, hear it, and go, I'm not going to let this affect my day, because this is mine and my husband's day. And I want to have a great day. And you just take it and you got to move on.
You got to roll. You got to roll with it.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I remember this time I was photographing a wedding. I started with the bride and the dress did not fit right. And I mean, it was pretty off, right? I was like, okay, listen, we're going to pivot. We're going to roll with this. She's like, the dress shop is like 10 minutes away, but the limo's not here. And all of my girls Ubered.
I remember this. You threw them all in your car with her dress and brought her to the place. And that lady let out her dress just a little bit. So she zoop, right up.
And then we went back and then we said, okay, listen, we were going to have X amount of time to do everything. We had a hiccup. Let's cut this out so that we can still continue with this. We still get all of the other stuff. And then we still remain on time because it was a church ceremony and that church was going to start on, whether she was there or not.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what we did. There was a problem. We solved it. And then we had to make some changes and we had to make some sacrifices. We had to sacrifice the robe shot.
Yeah, there's things you have to sacrifice, but I think also it's not letting that moment affect the rest of your day.
Yeah.
Like, don't harp on it the rest of the day.
Mhm.
It's going to be a funny story tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like,
100%.
we'll talk about this tomorrow, but don't let that affect you for the rest of the day and put a damper on your wedding day. Like,
Yeah.
so, got to move on, keep the ball's going to keep rolling. And I want you to enjoy.
Well, look, at the end of the day, do you want a wedding or do you want a marriage?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to let one small thing like the necklace breaking, or maybe the flowers you wanted in a dark purple and they showed up in a light purple?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to let that affect the rest of your day where like my whole wedding's ruined because my flowers were not the exact color that I thought that they were going to be?
Yeah. And I've seen people be very affected by it and harp on it all day. And that's the only thing they can focus on and not focus on all the other things that are happening. Like all your friends and family coming together to watch you marry your person.
Yeah.
Like, to me, like, getting married would be the most important thing. Like, I'd be like, it is what it is.
Well, that's the attitude you have to have. Like, you can do all of the planning you want from when you get engaged until your actual wedding day. But then what's going to happen during your wedding day is what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Things happen. Somebody may run late. This may not be exactly what you want, but don't harp on that and just go, listen, it's not my ideal situation, but I don't care. I'm getting to marry the man of my dreams or the
Mm-hmm.
woman of my dreams. Like, that's all that really matters at the end of the day.
Exactly.
So what do you think guests really remember about a couple's wedding?
I think they're really remembering like the experience
Okay.
and the party,
Mhm.
the food.
Mhm.
I know a lot of family members are always concerned about time gaps from going from like church to reception, or even just like, what does my guest do all day
Mhm.
before a ceremony is going to start? I know some people are very concerned and like worried about that.
Sure.
But at the end of the day, in 5 years, they're not going to remember that church was at 1 and cocktail hour started at 6.
Mhm.
They're not going to remember that time gap. They're going to remember, oh, I remember going to their ceremony and seeing her coming down the aisle.
Mhm.
And then I remember going to cocktail hour. Do you remember eating this? Do you remember the drink that we had? Do you
Yeah.
remember the crazy dance that we were doing? Everyone on the dance floor doing this and
Yeah.
that. They're going to remember more of those moments
Yeah.
than that time gap that could be there.
Mhm.
Because to me, if I was a guest and you had a time gap, I'd be like, great, I'm going to go to their ceremony. I'm going to go get a snack.
Mhm.
I'm going to be able to get dressed
Yep.
and done up and then go to maybe take a nap.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
no kids, take a nap.
It's gonna be a long night. Like,
Yeah.
go home.
Go relax for a little bit and then go to the party.
100%.
What about you? What do you think that guests remember most from a wedding?
I think that there's a misconception about what brides think guests are going to remember and what guests really do remember. Brides think they're going to remember, oh, look at my centerpieces and look at my flowers. Like, listen, I've shot 1,000 weddings. I remember one centerpiece, and it's because it had goldfish in it. Okay. it's guests are going to remember, did I dance? How was the food? And how did I feel when I was there?
TikTok wedding advice. What are your thoughts?
So I think it's really important to note that if you're getting advice from TikTok or from somebody from TikTok, that they be from the area that you're getting married, or at least have experience in that region. So I've been doing this for 14 years. I've shot over 1,000 weddings. I cannot give advice to somebody who's getting married in South Carolina, especially
Mhm.
timeline advice, right? Like, I could tell you, hey, be in the moment, trust your vendors, all of that. That's great. That's like general
Mhm.
kind of wedding 101 type stuff. But as far as timelines are concerned, no, I don't think that brides can take advice from just anyone on TikTok or Instagram or just random social media outlets.
I agree. Like, especially like you said, like they need to be from the area to have that experience, to have that background and knowledge, that can translate and be realistic for you. Like you said, like if I can give someone advice and like they're from Nebraska,
Yeah.
it's a whole different ballgame over there. Like, what's their flow? What are their timings? Like,
Yeah.
what are they doing over there? Like, everything we can generally speak about it, but
Sure.
like coming down to the nitty gritty, it's It's very
It's
hard.
different. It's different. Well, just being from Long Island, like I can say, hey, listen, you're getting married in Nassau. Your church is in Nassau, but your reception's in Suffolk. You have a 10 and 10 party bus. Well, I know you're not going to be able to take parkways. So I know that you're going to have to take the LIE. You're going to have which is going to add more time to the timeline of how long it's going to take to go from point A to point B. Also, I think it's important that if you're taking advice from somebody online, it can't be from like, there's a difference between photographers in like big cities that have shot hundreds and hundreds of weddings, and then some random like person who's doing it on the side as a hobby, and they're trying to give you advice, but they've only done 30 weddings in their entire career. We could do 30 weddings in a
Yeah.
month,
Yeah.
So
That is another good point there, that like making sure that they have the
experience.
experience of actually shooting multiple weddings every weekend, seeing different things.
Mhm.
Because like you said, you can get someone who's like doing it as like a hobby and only shot a handful of weddings, and like, how do they know what to put together when you've been doing this for,
The decade.
yeah.
Oh, I've look, just like you guys, I'm on TikTok and Instagram, just scrolling all day long, right? I'm working. I promise you.
We work,
We work, but I scroll.
but there's time for TikTok.
Yes, it's called pooping time. Okay.
Does a lot of that.
But look, realistically, like I've seen so much really, really great information from social media, and I've seen really, really bad information.
Yeah.
And like I'm not gonna comment on it and go, hey, that's not quite right, because that's like kind of a crappy thing to do to somebody, especially if they're just trying to get their name out there. But just this is just a warning from me to you. Just be wary of what information you get from what sources, and just make sure that they're reliable and that they have a lot of experience in your region, because it's going to vary from location to location.
The shot list. Let's talk about it. What are your thoughts?
All right. So there are certain photos that we just take across the board on wedding days. And that is, details and getting ready, and bride with mom and bride with dad and bride with sister, and various family photos, and your first kiss and your first dance, and all of these like wedding 101 type things. So you should never give us a shot list, a 50-page shot list of every single image you want on your wedding day. And one, it's kind of an insult going, hey, listen, I know you're a professional photographer, but please make sure you get my first kiss.
Yeah, like I get you, and I love when they like lead into it like, I'm type A.
Oh, yeah.
You're not
Listen,
type A. You're just
annoying.
annoying.
You're annoying.
You're
All
annoying.
right.
And trying to tell somebody how to do their job. Like
It's
every
crazy.
time that happens, I'm always like, I want to go to your job and just like tell you what to do
It's
and how to do it,
well,
when to do it.
it's honestly, it really is frustrating, because like, why do you not trust us enough to just go, hey, do what you want to do, but also here are some pretty photos that I like that you can use for inspiration. That's what I like. When someone gives me a 10-page shot list, and on that shot list is take a photo of my engagement ring and my parent dances, I immediately check off all creativity, and I just start going. I pull up the list on the wedding day and I just start checking things off. And I go, okay, did I get a photo of the rings? Yep. Did I get a photo of, her bridesmaids and in their robes? Yep. Like, I'm going to get those photos anyway. But now I'm spending all my time staring at a list and not what's going on, and not the emotion that's happening, and not that bridesmaid who's crying in the corner when you do your first look with your dad. Like, I'm just going, I got the first look with the dad. I can't look over there because I don't want to miss something on the shot list.
Mhm.
And now I'm just checking things off the shot list. And at that point, I'd rather you not hire me as your photographer.
And I feel like creativity really, like you said before, just goes out the window because you don't have time to go like, wow, let me look around. What's over here? What's over there? Oh, I can create something over there, because you're very much like, oh, I can't miss anything on this list. She gave me this huge list and I don't want to forget anything. And now you're just, like you said, you're checking them off.
Yeah.
I think if anyone's to give a shot list, it should be something out of the ordinary that is happening that we should know about.
Yep.
Something that is important to the couple that we want to
Sure.
make sure we get photos of.
I think the shot list that couples should give us are Photos that are not normal that we would not know to take. Is Mr. Met showing up to your wedding? Is your dad a guitar player and he's going to play with the band or the DJ? Yeah,
Mhm.
we need to know that. Are you surprising your groom with the first look where his best man's dressed up as a girl, like in the wedding dress as like
Mhm.
a fake out for? Yeah, sure, we need to know that. Also, family combinations. We're going to go over that. Did your aunt raise you and she's super important to you and you want a ton of photos with her? We need to know that. Also inspiration. Hey guys, here's my Pinterest link. I really love this like aesthetic of photos. Excellent. Let me look at them. Let me kind of break them down to see why you like these photos so then we can adjust certain sections of how we'll photograph your wedding
Mhm.
and also how we edit your wedding to give you that kind of aesthetic. Awesome. Those are all great. We want to know you. We want to learn about you. We want to take fantastic images for you. But if we're going off a shot list and it's like, go here, take photos of this, go here, take this exact photo, go here, take this exact photo. Maybe from point A to point B is something super, super awesome that's way better than anything on the shot list. And now I'm not looking at it, or no one's looking at it, or no one's has that inspiration to look anywhere because now we're just checking things off of a list like the first kiss, which
Yeah.
is crazy.
Yeah.